Good Thursday morning to Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchers. This is your outlook for March 19th, 2015, and we're going to have high pressure sitting just about right on top of us today. So we're going to have, although it will remain chilly today, not quite as chilly as it was yesterday. A few degrees warmer today. The winds will definitely not be a factor today because, like they were yesterday, it was some pretty strong winds. We had we got rid of the pressure gradient that we were showing in the video yesterday, but had some very steep lapse rates that were creating the gusty conditions that we're having. That it went a little bit longer than we thought would, and it went all the way to almost the evening hours here on Wednesday here. But this high pressure will be in control today, so that's very tranquil conditions we're expecting. We're going to be taking looking to our southwest here. This is our next system here that's going to be affecting our area here. It is actually in association with an area low pressure that's off the screen. It's actually down here, developing near the Carolinas. Hasn't come into the picture yet, but it will, and this is going to be affecting our area as we get into early Friday morning and most of the day on Friday here. This is going to produce snow for our coverage area here, and in some places several inches of snow. So we're going to take a look at this as we go a little bit further here in time. Here is finally the low pressure system that is taking shape here again near the Carolinas, and is going to continue off to the northeast in this direction like this. The coastal storm part of this will be too far east to affect our area here, but you have one area low pressure that is heading to the Ohio Valley. It is actually transferring its energy to this system down here. And this is going to take over as the primary move to the northeast. This would have been a great system to have back in January when we had these. We were looking for all these. This is called a Miller B setup here, by the way, where you have a primary going into the Ohio Valley, transferring to a secondary off the Carolina coastline here, and then heading to the northeast. This would have been an ideal setup back in January. We were looking for these. To produce in a big way, and we just could never get this time correctly. We ended up with a lot of rain events, and it's a lot of wasted storms. But now we're getting it. Now figures. Now it's March, so it's almost the first day of spring, and now we're starting to get into these systems here. This is a where you want a Miller B to redevelop it right down from down here by the Carolinas instead of redeveloping to Delmarva, where it only helps Boston. That was my point. That's what we had with some big storms that hit Boston this year and missed us, or as a result of this thing transferring too far to the north, and now it's transferring further to the south. So it is going to get us some snow because of that. Because the primary is holding on longer, you are going to get rain all the way up into Pittsburgh here, and rain further south here. But this is going to, once it transfers, it takes over, the cold air is going to work its way in. And you can see that snow moving across the majority of our coverage area. For the most part, here on the GFS anyway, it's showing mostly north of the Mason-Dixon line, and central New Jersey and points north. But if you notice here, here's this red line here. This is your 32-degree line. And it kind of cuts right across the middle of our coverage area. So kind of goes from maybe north of Harrisburg over to, we'll say, Lebanon and maybe Reading, Allentown, and up following 287 in New Jersey and points north. That's your 32-degree line. So further south, even though it's showing snow here, you're not getting anything sticking because your temperatures are 34, 35 degrees. So you might have snow falling but not actually accumulating. And then as you get on through into the evening hours here before it ends, you're still holding up the snow up here. You're still below freezing temperatures. Then you got a mixed battle zone here in the middle. Then you have rain down here, including in southeastern PA and Philadelphia, South Jersey. So the whole idea here is if you're expecting some of these snow maps here, they're showing these incredible totals here from York over to Philadelphia of snow, and we're just kind of baffled. Look at these totals going, well, that's really not, it really shouldn't happen that way, just because temperatures are not conducive for that kind of snowfall down in those areas here. So we think our best areas to receive the accumulations are actually going to be over pretty much east central PA, right along I-78, and then extending into west central New Jersey. We think it's going to be the highest amount areas to receive snow, and we'll have to see how this plays out here. A couple models showing a different solution here, but because it's falling during the day, it's a very inopportune time for snow to fall to accumulate if you wanted it to accumulate. It's falling during the day. It's good for the area roadways, as you'll have mostly non-paved surface accumulations, which is good for travel. You don't have any snow accumulating in the roadways, causing problems. And so this will be mostly a grassy areas accumulation of snow. And this sun angle will be working against it. So if it is lighter precipitation, if you do have any lulls in the action, you actually might have temperatures that are at or below freezing in some areas. And if you get they get it lighten up just enough, it might actually start melting, because it's going to be in the afternoon and it's late March, and that's what happens even if it's below freezing. So it's a very tough call what we're talking about as far as snow totals here, but we think we're pretty safe with our highest estimates being 2 to 4 in our jackpot zones that we described before. But once this system gets out of here, we're going to have winds turning to the southwest here on Saturday, and it's going to be I want to say very warm, but it's going to be warmer. Temperatures are going to be back up in the upper 40s, near 50, and so everything that happens on Friday will be, will be a distant memory. And going a little bit further here, we're going to have a cold front come through here. That's going to actually come through here later on Saturday. Could be a few showers up here across northeastern PA with this cold front moving through. It's going to knock temperatures back down south again for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But we're not looking at any precipitation that time frame. We're looking at mostly sunny skies basically all 3 days. And then we might start moderating a little bit once we get into maybe Wednesday of next week here. But right now we're getting a little bit too far ahead of ourselves. It looks like at the moment Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are mostly sunny skies, and temperatures are going to be still well below normal by a good 10 degrees or so below normal of what they should be for this time of year. So if you do want to get even more information about this system here that's going to give us the snow, you want to follow the latest projections that we have, you can go to our weather alert maps section, weather alert maps page, and it'll give you the latest information on our projections from Eastern PA Weather Authority of what to expect from this snow on Friday for your area. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for March 19th, 2015. Have a great Thursday.